Overall, the Koopalings are pretty popular Mario characters, and today we're going to be looking at the history of their plushes and how they've changed over the years. Starting off in 1993, we have the Yoshi Safari plush set, which contained 3 of the Koopalings. First off, we're going to start off with Larry. Now overall, this Larry plush has a lot of details that can fall apart really easily, especially the teeth, because since they're made out of a felt material, they could easily fall out of his mouth because they're only glued on. And also, Larry's eyes are made out of an iron material, so they could get cracked over the years easily. So yeah, that's another part of the plush that could get very easily damaged, and the nose pieces could also fall off just like the teeth because they're only glued on. Now, the last detail on the plush that could get really easily damaged is the shell on it, because since it's made out of this like plastic material, it could get easily chipped over the years, and also could just completely fall off because the stitching could just get destroyed. And while it's very hard to find a mint condition Larry plush in any of the plushes in this Yoshi Safari set just because the shells are so delicate on them. So yeah, it's basically impossible to find a mint condition one with no flaws on it. And well, besides all those details, the rest of the plush actually holds up pretty well. The hair is overall really nice because it's made out of this unique material, and it also holds up pretty well over the years. And well, the feet have cardboard in the bottom of them so it stands up and keeps shape over the years, and well, the arms have cups around them, which are overall pretty good. It's overall just a bit of a shame that a lot of details like the eyes, the teeth, and the shell could get so easily damaged because this is overall a really nice Larry plush. And well, if you can find a mint condition version of this Larry plush, I would definitely recommend getting it, but if you do get it, make sure to take good care of it because these plushes could just fall apart really easily, especially because they're getting really old. And now let's move on to the next plush that's in this Yoshi Safari set, being Wendy. Now just like the Larry plushes, the eyes could get easily damaged because they're made out of an iron material, so you could get discolored and cracked over the years. And well, also just like the Larry plush, the nose pieces could fall off because they're only glued on, and since they're made out of felt, they could easily collect damage even if they don't fall off. And well, one of the coolest things about this plush, it actually has beads around its neck. So yeah, it actually has this necklace that has beads on it, which is overall a pretty unique feature for this plush to have. As well, but it's not common for Mario plushes to use things that like aren't plush material or like some sort of plush material. So yeah, it's overall pretty unique that they use beads instead of like doing something else. But one really bad thing about this necklace that was a really big flaw with this plush is that the necklace is made out of this really weak string material, so it could get easily damaged over the years and could get easily ripped even on accident. So yeah, most of the time when you see this plush for sale or even just see images of it, you could easily see that it's missing the necklace most of the time, and it's very hard to find a mint condition version still with the necklace in mint condition. And well, just like Larry, the shell on this plush could get easily cracked and also fall off because well, it's just very easily damageable because well, it's made out of a plastic material. And well, it's just overall pretty sad to see that these plushes could fall apart so easily because they're overall pretty nice looking plushes in mint condition, but a lot of details could just easily fall off and get damaged over the years, and it's very hard to find a mint condition version of these. And well, the rest of the plush is overall pretty good. It has some rings around the arms which are overall pretty good. They are made out of a felt material, but they don't collect that much debris because they overall are pretty small. And well, unlike the Larry plushes, the feet don't actually have cardboard on this plush, so this one actually holds up worse over the years on the feet because you can't really make it stand up better because it doesn't have any cardboard in it. And well, now let's move on to the final Koopaling in the set, being the Morton. Now just like the Larry plushes, the teeth could easily fall off over the years because they're made out of a felt material, so yeah, they're obviously just glued on, so yeah, they don't really hold up that well, and same thing with the nose pieces. And well, the eyes could get easily cracked and discolored over the years because they're made out of an iron material, so they could get easily cracked and damaged. And well, one thing that's really weird about this Morton plush, and it seems that Takara definitely didn't have the best quality control in making this plush because the star on the face kind of looks different every single time. Because well, most of the time the star is actually off-centered because well, since they had to cut it in half and put half of it on the mouth and half of it on the face, it overall kind of looks weird sometimes because they didn't cut it perfectly. So a lot of the times when you see this plush for sale and you even just see images of it, you'll see that the star is just kind of off-centered looking, which is overall just a really weird detail that they kind of messed up on this plush. And well, just like the other two plushes, the shell could get easily cracked and damaged because it's made out of a plastic material. And well, the rest of the plush is overall pretty good. The hair is a nice detail, and well, the cuffs around the arms overall look pretty good. And well, just like Larry, it has cardboard in the feet to make it stand up better over the years. So yeah, every single plush in the set definitely has some flaws on them, especially on the shells and stuff like that. So yeah, basically every single plush in the set could get damaged in some sort of way, which is obviously not a good thing about them. But yeah, if you could find any of these plushes in mint condition, I would definitely recommend getting them, but in mint condition they do cost a lot of money. And well, when you do buy this plush, you'll have to check the images very thoroughly to make sure it's not missing any details, because even some small details could get damaged very easily. And well, these were the first ever Koopaling plushes that were made in 1993, so yeah, it actually took a really long time for a next Koopaling plush set to come out. As well, 20 years later in 2013, Sine released their Koopalings plush set that had every single Koopaling in it. So yeah, Sine made these plushes in 2013 originally, probably because, well, the new Super Mario Bros. Series kind of brought back these characters, so Sine decided to make plushes of them. And well, Sine actually made the only other two Koopaling plushes that were ever made, being the original Sine one and the All-Star one. Now I'm kind of going to be combining the original Sine version and the All-Star versions together because, well, they're basically the exact same plushes, except the tags are slightly different and the All-Star versions are slightly higher quality just by a little bit. So yeah, basically the original Sine versions and the All-Star versions are practically the exact same plushes but just different quality. So yeah, I'm basically just going to be looking over them as the same exact plushes because, well, they basically are. And while looking at these original Sine and All-Star Sine Koopaling plushes, we're also going to be looking at the weird bootlegs of some of them. And well, starting off, we have Larry. Now, this Larry plush is obviously a lot better than the original Yoshi Safari Larry plush, because this one's actually really high quality, but same thing with the original Yoshi Safari one, the teeth could actually still get damaged quite easily. As well, the teeth are still made out of a felt material, so yeah, they can't really fall off because they are kind of just like stitched on, but the teeth could still easily get damaged and collect dust and debris over the years. And well, unlike the original one, the eyes are actually made out of a plush material on this one. They actually seem to be made out of this hard cardboard material, and it has like plush material over it, which overall makes this plush hold up really well over the years. And well, the hair on this plush overall holds up pretty well, as it overall looks pretty nice, and it's definitely a big improvement to the old one. And well, the cuffs on all these plushes are the exact same except for Wendy, and well, they're overall pretty high quality and have some nice stitching on them. And well, the shells on these plushes basically all have the exact same design, have spikes on them, which overall look really good, except the spikes could get understuffed over the years and kind of get weird looking. But yeah, Larry is overall a pretty good plush, and he has beans in his feet instead of plush material, which is overall just kind of a strange detail they decided to add on them. But yeah, overall, this Larry plush is just a really good improvement on the original one, because, well, this one was basically has no details that get damaged besides like the teeth. And well, moving on to the next plush in this set, we have the Lemmy. Now, this plush basically uses the exact same eyes as Larry's, except it doesn't have blue instead of the... Now, the Lemmy plush uses basically the exact same design for the eyes as Larry, except it doesn't have blue in the eyes, it's just like black eyes instead. And well, the hair on this plush overall looks really nice and extremely accurate to how Lemmy actually looks in the game, and they did a great job blending the colors together to make it overall look really good. And well, the hair is also really nicely stuffed, so even though it looks like it could get damaged over the years and get understuffed, it really can't, because, well, they did a great job stuffing it. And well, the shell on this plush is overall pretty high quality, and well, the overall just looks pretty good and holds up pretty nicely over the years, except for the spikes kind of getting deflated over the years if you push the stuffing in. And well, the wands on all these plushes are made out of a felt material, so they could get damaged a little bit and get bent over the years, but besides that, the rest of the plush can't really get damaged. And well, Lemmy uses the exact same cuffs around the wrist as every other plush, he also has beans in his feet. And well, this Lemmy plush actually has a pretty cool looking bootleg based off of it being this Lemmy plush bootleg that actually is on a ball. So as you know, in the new Super Mario Bros. Series, he's usually on a ball in the levels you play against him, so he has overall a pretty nice detail that they added onto. So he has overall a pretty cool detail that the bootleg company decided to add, and it actually makes this bootleg plush a lot better than it would have been just based off of a normal Lemmy bootleg. And I'm overall really glad that they did decide to do this, because this makes this bootleg plush actually kind of worth getting. Because, well, usually bootleg plushes really aren't worth getting at all, because, well, usually they're just really low quality, but this one is still pretty low quality, especially on the face, but the ball makes it overall better than the normal Koopaling plush bootlegs, which are overall just really low quality. And now moving on to the next plush in this set, we have the Wendy. Now, the Wendy plush in this set is overall pretty good, and the eyes are nicely stitched on, they overall look pretty good. The bow on her head is overall pretty nicely stitched on, so it holds up pretty well over the years as well. And well, the rings around her wrist could get easily damaged though, because they're made out of a felt material, and same thing with the wand, so that could get easily bent and damaged over the years, and same thing with the rings. Now, the necklace on this plush is a lot better than the original, because it actually just uses plush material instead and doesn't use a weak string material, it's actually just stitched onto the plush itself. So yeah, they still added the necklace with making the details actually look accurate and hold up pretty well over the years, which is a really good thing about Sine plushes, is that they usually make their details really good looking and hold up really well. And well, the shell obviously looks accurate to how it's supposed to be in the game, except those spikes could get overall understuffed over the years. And well, just like the other Koopalings instead, the beads for some reason are in the feet, so yeah, it's overall just a really weird thing for them to add, and I really don't know why they only added beads to this one part of the plush, so it's overall just a really strange detail that they added. And now let's go on to the next plush set, which is Iggy. Now this Iggy plush is overall really good and has all the high quality details that are needed on it. The eyes and nose is nicely embroidered on, and the teeth could get bent and damaged, and they're the only part of the plush that could actually get damaged because, well, they're made out of a felt material. And well, his hair is overall really nice because it has a metal rod inside of it, except the metal rod could break, but you kind of have to purposely break it because it's overall really sturdy, so unless if you kind of like purposely snap it, it will hold up really well over the years. And well, his shell is overall really accurate and overall just looks really good. I like the colors on it. And well, the rest of the plush is basically the exact same as the other plush in the set, but the glasses on him are overall pretty good and they're stitched onto the face so they can't really fall off, so they overall stick really nicely. But yeah, overall, they definitely did everything correct for this Iggy plush, and there's really no details that are missing on it. And now let's move on to the next plush of the set, which is Roy. Now, Roy's teeth and glasses are made out of a felt material, so that could get bent and damaged and collect debris and dust, but those are basically the only two details that could actually get damaged on this plush easily. The other details that could get damaged, but they're much harder to damage, are the spikes because, well, they could get understuffed over the years. But yeah, the rest of the plush is overall pretty accurate to how it's supposed to be in the game, and well, it's overall really nicely stuffed as well. Since this plush is a little bigger and wider than the others, they actually stuffed it really nicely. And well, since this plush is actually slightly bigger, the cuffs on the arms are actually slightly different. They have more dots on them instead of having like smaller dots like on the other plushes. And well, just like the other plushes, he also for some reason has beans in his feet, which I don't know why Sine did that. Now let's move on to the next plush of the set, which is Morton. Now, out of every single Koopaling plush that Sine made, this one's by far the easiest to damage because, well, there's a lot of details that could get damaged on it very easily. Starting off, the hair and the eyebrows are very easily damageable, especially the hair, because that could get bent and damaged very easily, especially because there's a skinny piece of felt, and well, the eyebrows can also fall off over the years because they're only glued on. And well, just like basically every single other Koopaling in the set, the teeth are made of a felt material that could get bent and damaged. And well, one thing that is pretty cool about this Morton plush is that his mouth is actually openable, and well, it's overall just a lot better than the original Morton plush that was made by Takara many years before. And well, unlike the old one, the star in its face actually looks really good on this plush, and it actually kind of looks normal on most of the plushes instead of being like kind of like weirdly cut in half. And well, they overall did a really good job making the face look really accurate because, well, as you can see, there's a lot of details and kind of like bumps on its face, so they overall did a really good job making it look accurate to the game and stuffing it really nicely so it keeps its shape. And well, just like Roy, the spikes on the back of him are bigger than the other Koopalings because, well, he's overall just kind of like a bigger plush, so they could get understuffed over the years a lot more easily than the other Koopalings in the set. And well, besides this, his body's basically the exact same as Roy's, except it's just a gray color instead. But yeah, out of every single plush in the set, this one's probably the easiest to damage on accident just because for the felt details on it. And well, now let's move on to the final plush in the set, which is Ludwig. Now, Ludwig's hair overall is really nicely stuffed, so it holds up well over the years, even though like there's some points on it that could get understuffed. By the looks of it, it actually can, because they overall stuffed it really nicely and did a great job with it. And well, on the embroidery on the eyes, it overall looks really accurate to the game, and it's overall really high quality. And well, just like the other Koopalings, he has a tooth that could get bent and damaged because it's made out of a felt material. And well, for the rest of the plush, his body is basically the exact same as other normal Koopalings in the set. And well, just like Lemmy, he actually has a pretty exclusive and weird looking bootleg. Because, well, instead of holding a wand on his bootleg plushie, for some reason he's holding a blue shell. And this isn't actually like the Mario Kart Wii blue shell that has wings on it, it's actually just a normal blue shell from New Super Mario Bros. So yeah, it's overall really weird that Lud was holding this item because, well, he basically has nothing to do with it because, well, it just doesn't really make much sense at all for him to be holding it. But yeah, once again, just like Lemmy, it's overall a pretty weird bootleg that just added one interesting detail on it to make it more unique than the others. But yeah, obviously the Koopaling plushes have changed a bit over the years, especially from the original Takara ones, and well, there's only ever been 3 sets that actually contain the Koopalings, and well, I'm actually kind of surprised while researching for this video I didn't find any other sets. Because, well, the Koopalings are overall really popular characters, so you would have thought that they would have more plushes, but nope, they only have 3. But yeah, out of every single Koopaling plush, comment down below which was your favorite, and yeah, have a great day.